Hey everybody, this is my first assignment in Advanced Photoshop, and without further delay, let's get started. So we're going to create a new file. We want the height to be 4.5, the width to be 7, we want the resolution to be 300 pixels, we want the color mode to be RGB, we want the background content to be white. Press OK. And you're going to create a new layer, call it stars. You want to make sure that your foreground color is black. Press Alt and Backspace. Then you want to go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. You want the amount to be 100%. You want the distribution to be Gaussian. You want monochromatic to be checked. Press OK. Then we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. We want the radius to be 0.3. Then we want to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. We want the first input to be 187%. We want the input level 2 to remain the same. Same with input level 3. Press OK. And you want to create a new layer. Call it Lens Flare. And you want your foreground color to remain at black. Press Alt Backspace. Then you want to go to Filter, Render, Lens Flare. You want the lens flare to be moved over to the top left-hand corner of the page. You want the brightness to be 100%. You want the lens type to be 35mm prime. Press OK. And you want to change the blending mode to screen. Then you want to create a new layer. Call it clouds. You want to go to Filter, Render, Clouds. Now you want to add a color adjustment layer. And you also want to hold Alt and move your cursor till this icon shows up and press click. That way you've created a clipping mask, and that way the effects of the levels are only affected on the clouds. So you want the first input level to be 80%. You want input level 2 to be 1.18. You want input level 3 to be 230%. You're done with that. Then you want to move over into the clouds layer, and you want the blending mode to be exclusion. Then you want to create a layer mask. So go to this icon right down here, press it. Then you want your foreground color to be black, and you want to go to the brush, have it be soft brush, size 400 points. You want the opacity to be 40%. And then you just start brushing. And you want to make sure that the lens flare is visible. So just start brushing around the lens flare to make it more visible. There you go. Then, once you're done with that, you want to add your text layer. And you want the text font to be Copperplate Gothic Bold Regular. You want the size to be 90 points. You want the text color to be white, which is FFF. Press OK. And then you just click inside. I chose to do the word majestic, but you guys can do whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. So you just move the majestic text to the center of the page. And then you want to add some layer styles. So you want to double click on the side of your text layer. You want to go to Bevel and Emboss. You want the style to be inner bevel. You want the technique to be chisel hard. You want the depth to be 1000%. You want direction to stay at up. You want size to be 20 pixels. You want soften to remain at 0%. You want angle to be at 100 degrees. You want altitude to remain the same at 30 degrees. And now everything else remains the same. Now you want to go to Pattern Overlay. You want the blend mode to be normal. You want the opacity to be 100%. You want the pattern to be what's called black marble. So you want to go over to this little gear right here. You want to go to Rock Patterns, click Append, and you want to go back over to the gear, choose Small List. You want to scroll down until you find black marble. Click it. You want the scale to be 100%. Then you want to go to the outer glow. Click on that. You want the blend mode to be screen. You want the opacity to be 100%. You want noise to remain at 0%. You want the color to remain at white. You want the technique to be precise. You want the spread to be 20%. You want the size to remain at 7%. And that is it. Then all that's left is to duplicate the layer. So you just want to press Control J, and there you have it. And then you want to create a couple of groups. So while you're on the majestic copy, hold Shift and click on the original copy of the majestic text. Then you want to go down to this little icon right here, click it, and you create a group, call it text, and you want to do the same with the background effects. So click on levels, and you want to shift click down here to stars, click on the group icon, and then call it background effects. And that's it. Now you can do this any way you want to, but I showed this so that you can get an understanding of how you can do it. But that is it, and I will see you again next time.